I have a secret. Negative actions have negative consequences. I know, mind blowing, right? It's like the world is hyping up the wrong things over and over again. It's like us hyping up an album drop from our favorite artist who's falling off, but we don't want to admit it. Take Sage Drugs, for example. They're pushing more pills than the cartel. It's a new pill every other month that promises the stamina of a Ethiopian runner, but no one ever talks about the side effects. It's always the sports betting ads. People are hoping to become a millionaire off of one play. That's all it takes. And no one has yet to become one. Now, there's always a minority who benefits from these things. But what about the majority who's consuming and consuming and consuming? It's like the world is on this misguided hype train and we're all being sold tickets to an unknown destination. So, buckle up, sit tight, and let's see just how far off the rails we're going. First up, we're talking about sex, not the birds and the bees talk. You probably didn't get that talk. Neither did I. So we learned from where? Social media, ads, and these sex pills that are coming out. They're being pushed like new flavors of candy every other month. There's a new name that I won't mention because I'm a small YouTuber and I can't afford the copyright. But why does libido need to be 24/7? Why do you need to be beast mode at the ripe age of 23, 22? And most of the things that's being promoted, they're by our favorite artist, our favorite celebrity, our favorite influencer. Yet they never talk about the side effects of these things. And it's crazy because it's my peers that are falling for this. And we've gone from, say, no to drugs to take these and go from a walking mountain goat to having the stamina of a racehorse and no one thinks, why do I have all these pills in my cabinet? I have a pharmacy's worth of pills with names like Probe Stroker 3000, Max a Minute 33s. And you're mixing these pills with alcohol and you're going down this road until when you get 35, nothing will be able to help you get up. And you're taking all these things until you end up in an emergency room, rolled over on a stretcher. Well, you might not be able to roll over because you went and created a kickstand for yourself. So you may be stuck in one position, which may be uncomfortable. But no worries. At least you will be able to go for 45 to 50 minutes nonstop. As I mentioned earlier, no one had the birds and the bees talk. So people don't believe in communication and intimacy. They're learning all these things from videos and corn online. So they think I need to go for 45 minutes like this video I just watched. No, 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 no. What are you doing? These are professionals. They're paid to go for 50 minutes to an hour. And if you notice, I don't want to get too uh caught up in the details, but it doesn't even look pleasurable. I don't watch it. Hey, but I mean, as that's what I've heard. It doesn't look pleasurable to the woman and sometimes even the man. They go for hours at a time, different getting different angles, and you're trying to imitate something that you see online. And what's crazy is we don't care. And I bet they do it again. If only there was an app that would allow me to bet on when they would do it and how they would do it. I bet if such app did exist, I probably wouldn't be able to mention it anyway because I will get sued and I'm a small channel. So I'll lose all my content that I'm putting out to you guys. Speaking of betting, let's touch on sports betting as well. Why watch your team lose in peace when you can watch your team lose and also watch your bank account lose money as the game progresses on and on? That makes sense, right? I don't know who came up with it, but they were genius. They've somehow mixed the thrill of watching the game and also having people to get some kind of adrenaline rush at the anxiety of potentially losing money in the process. Because you'll always lose more than you gain, unless you gain big on the first time and back out. But your brain is telling you, make another bet, place another bet. You can hit big this time. And it's set up like that. You'll win your first two to three, but what about the next 10 you lose? Then what? Now you're thinking maybe it's bad luck. So you bet more and more and more. Now you're going down this dark hole. Now you have a gambling addiction. Now you're selling your cars and clothes. Now you're stealing from your wife. Now you're going to your kids' room and now you're selling their school clothes. Also, you can make a bet and make up for money that you've lost. Now, that may be extreme, but I can guarantee that it's a 1% chance that that's going on in the world somewhere right now. I can almost guarantee it. If not, we can bet on it. Okay, that joke maybe was bad timing. But you see people throwing out cash like it's monopoly money. But it's only the ones on social media who's promoting it, but they're betting from a yacht. And these people who are on this yacht, I guarantee that they may be in a position where they can just have expendable funds to the side. You're not. So why are you trying to imitate what you see online? Because I don't know the exact probability of it, but it's a low probability of you hitting big and getting on a yacht. Now, I know I may sound like a Debbie Downer, a pissy Patty, a sad Sam, whatever, but no one ever talks about the consequences of these things. But it's always a small number that you can call if you or a loved one is having gambling withdrawals or they have an addiction. But just like all addicts, no one is going to admit to the addiction. So don't worry about that number. Place a bet on when you think they might have a mental breakdown. Because what they don't advertise is the morning after search, when these people are waking up and they're panicking, searching, how much can I get for a new brain that was never used because that's the only way I'm in this situation. My brain didn't work, and common sense never set in as to why I put so much money into a small percentage of potentially gaining $10 back. And the cherry on top to all these things is bet responsibly. I mean, that's perfect, right? Think about it. Bet responsibly, drink responsibly, smoke marijuana responsibly. Be responsible. How many times have we seen instances where these responsible people have ended up in detrimental situations? Too many to count. Too many to put in this video. Because everyone is making responsible decisions when their team chokes in the final 2 seconds of a ball game and they say, well, let me double down on my bet. And now you're out of money. Now you're sad and thinking, what am I going to do? Luckily for you, someone came up with the brilliant idea that you can borrow money from your future self, right? So you've gambled away all your rent money. Now an ad comes on TV, short on rent, short on this and that. Well, you can get a cash advance of up to $500 from your paycheck, but you have to pay it back. And your future self is probably thinking, why did the past me do such an idiotic thing? You're taking a loan out on money that you already don't have. Now you're putting yourself in a deeper and deeper hole. And what's crazy is people are using this afterpay thing on things like food, shopping carts, expensive jackets, trips out of town. And I may sound like a hater, but some people are actually bucking and not paying back these expenses. These are the people that I'm talking about, not the responsible ones who are using it to build their credit, which is probably a very low percentage. I'm talking about the people who are jumping around saying, well, I don't get paid for 2 days and I need $500. If you need $500 today, you could potentially wait 48 hours to get the money from your paycheck, or maybe I don't, maybe it's something I don't understand. Can someone please comment down below and help me understand the benefit behind these cash advances or these boosts from these mobile banking apps? Let me know. What really got me are the people who are using it for food. If you can't afford a $5 biggie bag, you have to do afterpay on a biggie bag. I got bad news. Maybe, just maybe, you shouldn't be eating out. I could be wrong, but maybe you should not be eating out because if you need a loan to get fast food, that's a different kind of low. That's a kind of low that I never want to experience. But hey, whatever. You can pay it back after 4 installments of like what, 34.99 per month. So you're good if you remember to pay it, because you may not get a notification and you're gaining this interest and interest and interest until you go to apply for another afterpay on your Amazon card when all of a sudden you have this outstanding debt of like $300 that you never paid back. And I may be beating a dead horse, not literally, but it's the influencers who are promoting these negative things and they're pushing and pushing and pushing it. They always say be responsible. Well, the large majority of us adults maybe aren't responsible. Now, I'm not trying to play hero. I'm just pointing out a flaw in the system. That's all I'm doing. We're having a conversation. You're listening, I'm talking. If you talk back in the comments, that'd be great. We can have an open discussion about what's going on. And they're using these agents of chaos to create turmoil. What turmoil, you say? We're creating illiterate adults, functioning adults, I might add. No one's, I mean, no one is forcing these people to do these things. But common sense never sets in, apparently. And that's what I'm looking for. Where is the common sense behind these things? That's all I'm asking. And the main reason they use influencers, right? Because people are copycats. Next to COVID, the copycat epidemic is almost as big as COVID was. People are trying to copy a blueprint that someone else laid forward, but no one takes into account the multiple instances of luck that happens. But they see one thing and they say, that's it. I'm going to do exactly that. Word for word, bar for bar, action for action, step for step. That's how I'm going to get to the top. Because my favorite influencer posted a video in Bali on the beach. So I'm going to go to Bali on the beach. They're in Cabo. I'm going to go to Cabo. And there's so many times where I've heard peers, I'm in the same age bracket as me, talking about going on a trip. And I'm a jackass. I always ask questions like, where is this located where you're going? Just to, see. And they always say, I don't know. Do you know how bad it is if you're trying to go somewhere and you don't know the country that you're going to? I asked one person, they said, I'm going to New Orleans. I asked, where's New Orleans on the map? Come point it out. Now, that's not to call anyone out, but yeah, it's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. And I may seem like I'm being judgmental, and I may be wrong, but I highly doubt it. If you don't know where you're going, it's a 10 out of 10 chance that maybe you shouldn't be going there because you haven't done any research and you're only going there to document your every movement. You're not even going to enjoy yourself. You're going to post your $50 rainbow drink, post it on your Instagram story, take a nice cute picture in the bathroom, upload it, and never go back. And no one is talking about how this trip is being paid for by Afterpay. I didn't even mention the Afterpay part. But hey, that's not on me to talk about. My bad. Being a copycat works every now and then until it catches up to you, and then you have to utilize your own personality to make things work. And now you're stuck looking in the mirror at an empty shell because you never took the time to build any characteristics or likable traits about yourself. You tried to copy an image of a thought of what you wanted to be. Now you're an empty person. Now what? It's like no one has any original ideas anymore, which sums up Hollywood. Remake after remake after reboot after reboot. No one can make their own original idea. They're trying to capitalize off the success that's already there. But it won't work because there are always outside factors that influence or help someone be promoted into stardom. Now, what do all these trends have in common? Well, they're all hyped up like they're the best thing since sliced bread, except for this bread has been sitting out and is moldy. We're promoting the wrong things, all for us to have regret. And we're all buying it. Like, literally, like they're buying it. What they don't tell you is chasing after all this instant gratification, it only leads to one place, and that's regret. Yet people are still buying all this bullshittery from all these talking heads, only to end up as an empty shell of themselves, thinking about where did I go wrong and how did I get here. I mean, I went broke, but at least I got some sex pills and a betting app that notifies me before every game to place my bet. I mean, that's okay, right? In short, no. The truth is, the more we push these quick fixer uppers, too good to be solutions, the more we're setting ourselves up for failure. So maybe, just maybe, we should start promoting things that actually matter, like your mental health, your physical wellness, and financial literacy. But those things don't sell well, now do they? Or just simply enjoying your life without the hassle of betting away your rent money or frying your internal organs with magic sex pills. So the next time you see one of these ads popping up promising you legendary performance in the bedroom, or you can win up to $500 back after your first sports bet, or get your $500 cash advance from your cash check, hopefully I pop up in your head and I say, skip this ad, it's not worth it. But that's all for now, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to hit the notification bell to stay updated for more videos from the channel, guys. Peace.